Good morning, Companion Animal Science. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm sorry that I can't be here with you. I have an FFA meeting where we are grading student SAE projects to get some students some awards at the state level. That being said, today we're going to take the first 20 minutes or so of class for you guys to prepare your note cards that you're going to get to use on the final exam. Your note card is actually not going to be a note card. It's going to be a little foldable that you guys can use, and you're going to get 2 facts for each section of or each unit of instruction that we have gone through so far this year, plus 2 bonus facts at the bottom of your page. And I'm going to help you guys get this set up today. You're going to have some time to start writing in this, but you will also have time to finish this on Friday. And then this little piece of paper is the only thing that you're going to be able to have out during the exam next week when we test. That being said, we're going to take 20, 25 minutes tops to work on that today, and then the rest of your time will be back in your Temple Grandin work groups. So to get started with your foldable, each person is going to need a green piece of paper. Only the green pieces of paper will be allowed on the exam. And then each group is going to need a pair of scissors. So I want you to pause the YouTube video, go grab a green paper per person, scissors per each group, and then start the video again once you have all of those materials in place. So this is the time to take a time out, and we'll start again in a second. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you all have your materials now, and I'm going to move on to the directions for the foldable. This is where you're going to want to watch the video and have your green paper and follow along with me step by step so that we can all fold these together correctly. So here we go. All right, so our folding directions. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper hamburger style, which means you're going to take the long end, fold it over so that you've got a fat piece of paper. Fat like a hamburger, right? So, hamburger. Next, you're going to turn your hamburger up on end, and the rest of our folds are going to be folded in this direction. Okay? The first thing we're going to do is fold our hamburger in half. So just fold it right up to the top, even those out, and crimp across the edges. So you should have a hamburger folded into a hamburger. And then our next step is the tricky step, and that's where we need to fold this hamburger into thirds. So working the long way, we're going to fold this over. What I usually do to make a third is I make a little tube to look through, and then I flatten the tube out so that the edges line up. And then if I fold my tube down flat, I end up with the right folds. So you look through your tube and then fold it down. When you unfold it, all the way out, but leave your first hamburger, you should have 6 long strips across your page. Now the last step we're going to do to fold is open up your hamburger, and on the left side of your hamburger, the right side of your hamburger, you're going to take that page and fold it over to the center. So fold it in half to the center line. So I just folded it like that. And then unfold and close. You're done folding. The very last step for your foldable is to cut each one of these areas just on the front. So cut the folds so that you have 6 little tabbies. And then inside the tabby, you have spots for 1, 2 facts from each unit. So you should have all of those folding steps done. Now, you can, of course, rewind the video and play some of those steps again if you need to. So you're going to cut all 6 tabs out so that you end up with something that looks like this, where you have 6 tabbies that you can flip open depending on the unit. And then inside, you have 2 columns for 2 facts for each one of those units. So once everybody is folded and cut, we're going to go on to the next slide, where I'm going to explain what you're writing on each one of these little tabbies. But make sure everybody's got the folding and the cutting done correctly first. When you guys are ready, go ahead and move on to the next, or keep playing the YouTube video, but if you need to, pause it here so that you can make sure everybody's got everything folded, help each other kind of finish up the cutting, and then we'll continue with the writing stuff in just a second. Okay, so now I'm going to assume that you guys are good to go on your foldable, and we're moving on to the writing. So for your labeling, these 6 labels should read like this. The first one is industry and careers. The second one is safety for our safety unit. Third is domestication. Fourth is classification. Fifth is evolution. And then finally, you do get a bonus area where you can choose 2 facts from anything that we've done this semester and record those items as bonus information that you would like to use in the test. Now, Once you guys have your labels done, you have time to use our review that's available in the Microsoft Teams area or through our Quizlets to capture 2 facts for each one of our sections that are going to be helpful to you on the quiz. So 2 things that you know, I'm just going to have a hard time remembering that, are the sorts of things that you want to write down. Now, the rule with this, though, is that you're only allowed to record 2 things and that you have to write like a normal human person. No, like itty bitty tiny recording. If you have your entire semester's worth of notes on this document, you will not be allowed to use the document. Okay, I'm looking for you to have 2 like little reminders and facts for each section, and you do get 2 bonus for 2 things that you know you're going to struggle with. But otherwise, I would recommend making sure that you are using regular handwriting. So for example, one thing that I would probably write down if I was doing one of these for my test is in the domestication unit. One of the things that we have to remember for domestication is those 6 characteristics of domestication. But I'm not the best at lists and remembering those sorts of things. So I would use one of my facts sections to divide it into 6 sections, and I would write down those 6 characteristics of domestication, and that would be one of my facts. And then I get one other fact from the domestication unit. The only thing is that I have to write like a normal human person, right? Right, like a normal human person in your paperwork. Okay, when you guys are done with this, you won't probably finish this all the way today, but remember you're going to get about 15, 20 minutes next time in class to finish your foldable. And then finally, you guys are just going to spend the rest of your time today working in your Temple Grandin work groups. So once you guys have had about another 15 minutes to work on your foldables, you're going to move into your Temple Grandin work groups. You guys should be getting pretty close to finishing your like poster material and moving on to your visual aids and artifacts. So please get started on those things. We will have about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes next time in class to complete your project. But the key is that it really has to be done this week. I'm not grading them till next week, but there will not be any time in class next week for you guys to work on the project. So make sure that you are using your time effectively today, and I will see you on Friday. Thanks, guys.